On tonight's furious action fest, there'll be a riot of jumping on Swingshots, sprinting on Powerball, pulling on Tightrope, and hanging on Pendulum, plus a large helping of argy-bargy from Vulcan. But before that, it's Jeremy Guscott and Ulrika Johnson.
Good evening and welcome to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham and to the last of our heats. Now, backstage, 4 contenders are limbering up and getting ready to strut their stuff in front of our gladiators. But of course, only 2 can get through to the next stage.
And the next stage is one step closer to those fantastic prizes, which this year are unbelievable. The winners will each receive £1,000, plus they'll both drive off in one of these fantastic 4-wheel drive trucks. The runners-up will also receive £1,000, plus we'll jet them off to the Atlantis Resort on Paradise Island in the Bahamas.
So let's meet the contenders fighting for those prizes. Tonight they are Fiona, Blaiklock
and Jane Smith.
They're very noisy, your lot.
They are. They're all the way from Aberdeen.
Well, they're certainly going to enjoy themselves as they come all that way. Tell us all what you do.
I'm a physiotherapist and I work in Aberdeen Royal Infirmary.
So tell me, has anybody here asked for your services while you've been here?
They've tried, but I haven't given them my services.
Absolutely not. So how do your parents feel about you being on Gladiators?
I don't think my parents quite knew what to expect, but I hope they don't cover their eyes too much during the show. I think they're going to be a little bit shocked when they see what we have to do.
Well, I'm sure they'll be backing you, and so will the rest of the mob as well over there. Let's hear it for Fiona, Blaiklock.
Jane, first off, tell us what you do and where you come from.
I'm from Sheffield. I'm a full-time athlete. I also teach trampolining, gymnastics, aerobics. Pretty hectic.
You're a bit of an all-rounder. What's your main sport?
I'm a springboard diver. Dive 1 metre and 3 metre springboard.
Great. So how's training been going?
It's been going well. We do a lot of training anyway, you know, full-time. So I've just been continuing doing that and a bit more aerobic work to help me with this, you know.
How much help does it have, you know, kind of having all your family and friends here this evening?
Oh, I've got a lot of support. I've got all the diving club here. All my family and friends have been great. They've supported me all the way, you know. They've just said go for it. So I am, and here I am.
Let's give it up for Jane Smith.
Well, we've met the girls, now it's time to meet the guys. Tonight, they are Micah, Hudson
and Ross Kirby.
Micah, welcome to the show. Tell everybody what you do and where you're from.
Hi, I'm the fitness and leisure manager at Horcross Old Health Spa. The health spa in a stately home. I'm from Birmingham.
Whoa! Quite a lot of home support then, I suspect.
Definitely from everywhere.
Now, I understand you're a bit of an aerobics champion. Tell us about that.
Yes, I used to be a British aerobics champion for 4 years.
Wow!
Yeah. And previous to that, I was a martial arts champion, so would you like to...
Well, I'd like you to show us some of your stuff, if you know what I mean. I'm just going to stand back here for a moment. Just really quietly. Perform. That's fantastic. How do you fancy your chances tonight?
Well, good one. I think I'm going to do well.
We hope so. Martial arts is always a good one to have in there, I always find. Let's hear it for Micah, Hudson!
Well, Ross, tell us what you do and where you come from.
My name's Ross Kirby, and I'm from Nantwich in Cheshire, and I work...
Your supporters are pretty confident. Ross the boss.
Ross the boss, yeah. It's the only thing that goes with my name.
And what do you do for a living?
I work for a barcoding company called Pax Harmonic.
Okay, and what do you get up to in your spare time?
Well, I love surfing. I absolutely love it.
Wee, man.
That's old school.
What's new then?
Hey, dude.
What's happening?
That's not even new school either. I'm old school.
Tell us a bit about you're into sport. Do you do a bit of training?
Yeah, I love playing sport. I love team sports. I play a lot of football, basketball, anything I have a go at. Beach volleyball.
Okay, you're into team sports. Are you going to find it a little bit strange being, a contender on your own?
I've got those guys over there, so I should be okay.
I think you will. Let's hear it for Ross Kirby.
Well, what fabulous contenders. So all that remains to be said is let the games begin. And first up, it's Fiona. She's going to be facing Lightning. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiator ready! Set the pendulum!
The pendulum is released. One of Fiona's passions is a good round of golf, but the swing on this ball won't be what she's used to. 2 points for each lit sector she reaches, while all the time avoiding the unwanted attentions of the Gladiator. Fiona wants to see the lights flash, but not lightning. One of the legendary Glads. 2 more as Fiona continues right. Fiona's followers pleased with her start. Fiona moving down the pendulum where a 4-point sector lies in wait. Fiona moving slow, her progress impeded by the power of the pendulum. Lightning emerges from the shadows and this looks threatening. Fiona stuck. That pink flag is all that Lightning needs to grab to finish it. It's going to be a mere formality. Explosive start from the blonde bombshell. But she can point the finger with pride at 4 points. Lightning's finish was quick and clean. Made sure the physiotherapist lost her fizz that time.
Well done, Fiona. I saw what you were doing there, going right around the pendulum and then attempting to go down, by which time she caught you up.
I was just pleased to get 4 points. I was dreading that game from training because I'd fallen off it during training, so I was really tough to stay on for the whole 30 seconds.
Well, you're absolutely right. You picked up 4 points. Well done. Next up on the pendulum, it's Jane. And she's going to be facing Vogue. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Eliminator ready! Set the pendulum!
Oh, I wouldn't do that. Told you.
3, 2, 1!
Jane's target is 4 points. Ideally, she'd like to better that. Jane dives for England. She'll be looking to avoid a dive on this pendulum tonight. Starts with a quick 2-pointer and looks to be clocking up another 2 to even the score in less than 20 seconds. Vogue is coming up at her from above. Jane more lively than Fiona. Another 2. Mum Jenny and brother Andrew weighing up the odds. But they're shortening all the time as Jane heads south to evade Vogue. Less than half a minute to go. Vogue making heavy weather of a descent. And Jane making capital of that. Jane's lost her footing, desperately trying to kick a 4-pointer on the bottom sector. Fails to make contact. Oh, now she's in trouble. Oh, it's a net loss. And the family should be pleased with 6 points.
Jane, a fabulous attempt. That was really spectacular. And what was most spectacular was your drop from the pendulum. I mean, you almost went flying into your crowd.
I know, they nearly caught me there. I just kept going round, but once I lost my feet, I just couldn't get them back up again. I kept trying to hit it, but...
It's incredibly powerful, I've been told, when it's swaying like that.
Oh, absolutely. You've got a lot of force, you just got to hold on. But it got me in the end.
Yeah, you nearly got to the bottom, but you picked up 6 points. Well done. Good, strong contender. She went right the way around.
I think I made a good decision initially to go the way I did. Caught sight of her, went for it, but I mean, how she held on, I do not know.
I know, she was incredibly strong. Let's hear it for Jane, and let's hear it for Vogue.
Opening scores then, Fiona 4, Jane 6.
So we now move into the men's event with Micah. And he's going to be facing Hunter. Over to John Anderson.
Micah's ready for this, thanks to some expert assistance.
I've been sort of helped in my training by my daughter, Eloisa. She's 2 years old. Already she's trying to teach me how to do sort of stomach exercises. And beware, she's coming. 20 years from now, she's going to be the new Gladiator.
Watch this space. Micah knows full well he's got his work cut out if he's to keep the Huntsman at bay. 2 points in the pot already and immediately goes down for the big one. His sister and mum giving directions. Hunter's down on his case already. Hunter incredibly fast on the Pendulum. Micah kicks home a 4-pointer, but this is where the Hunter is at his most dangerous. Toljak snatches the red flag, but Eloisa knows Dad was no dummy, not with 6 points in the pot. Micah's stuck his foot out, made the bottom panel flash, lost his footing, and Hunter seized the initiative and the flag.
Oh, Micah! You did so well, but unfortunately Hunter sort of forced you to go, I think, down under the Pendulum before perhaps you wanted to.
I did want to, actually. I wanted to get the 6 points.
But it was really tough because he was there quite soon. In fact, you almost walked towards each other.
I didn't realise. I thought in practice, I thought my mum would do better than me in that one, so...
Well, we might want to have your mum up there, but I don't think so. Well done, you picked up 6 points. Next up on the Pendulum, it's Ross. And he's going to be facing our new Gladiator, Diesel.
Diesel's stats make for impressive reading. 197 tall and 105 kilos, just over 16 stone. On the other side of the Pendulum, Ross is 19 centimetres shorter and 26 kilos, that's 4 stone lighter.
3, 2, 1.
Ross's target is 6 or more. His name is actually Andrew, but they call him Ross for short. Figure that one out. And there's a sight that's enough to scare the pants off anyone. Diesel coming round the mountain. Ross galvanised into action, moving right for 2 more points. The Diesel stalking him. Ross coming down for the 4-point panel, but it's going to be an easy flag snatch for Diesel. Got him. Wife Caroline and daughter Hannah disappointed. Ross left high and dry. Another net loss. Diesel proving to be a first-class asset to the Gladiator stable. In full control, great strength. Takes the prize.
The most important thing is you've still got a smile on your face, and again, you sort of went towards each other there at the beginning.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shock when you see him coming the other way.
Well, it's not too bad. All's not lost. You picked up 4 points.
Okay.
I think the bottom one was picked up just after the whistle went, unfortunately.
I knew that. I couldn't quite get my foot in, but he did well.
You did very well, and in fact, I thought you might have a little bit of trouble because, ladies and gentlemen, this man has very big thumbs, and I thought you might get your thumbs stuck.
Don't you bring my thumbs into it.
You did incredibly well.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, he did really well as well. He was moving fast. And when he did see me and I saw him, you know, he was really going for it.
You did very well. Let's hear it for Diesel and for Ross.
1 down, 4 to go. Micah 6, Ross 4.
Scoring with the blue balls, it's Jane. And scoring with the red balls, it's Fiona. And they're facing our Gladiators, Rio and Fox.
Rio will be defending against Jane. Fiona will face Fox.
Over to John Anderson.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
First run for Jane. Intercepted by Rio, spins her down. Fox dragging Fiona down like a lion with a wounded wildebeest. Reposition for the second run. Here's Fiona. New balls in play. Oh, good defending by Fox. She'll need to recover smartly. Fiona again. Taking on the Fox. Choosing the wide route. Escapes the Fox. There's a 3-point basket. Jane faring badly against Rio. Coming up on the halfway point on the clock. Jane reloads. Rio has the measure of her easy takedown for the Gladiator. Fiona back for more. Knows she can outpace Fox, but the Fox isn't about to let that happen a second time. Grabs her prey and hauls it to the floor. Jane's drawn the toughest female Powerball operator in the glorious history of Gladiators. She'll be pleased when this minute has expired. Oh, superb scoring from Jane, right out of the blue and into the basket. Sheer determination. The clock's running down. There'll be no more rich pickings on the Powerball pitch for the girls. But what a superb effort from both of them. Jane scores 2. Fiona managed 3. Fiona's basket was a masterclass in how to outflank a gladiator. Fox couldn't hold her, cuts in to claim 3 points.
Well, Fiona, I was going to check if you were fully intact, but it does appear as if every part of your body is where it's meant to be.
This protection certainly holds you in.
That was a tough one. You cheated her once or twice, for sure.
I tried my hardest. At least I got 1 in the centre. I was really pleased about that.
And I can tell you, so was most of Scotland. And Jane, I mean, to face Rio is quite a tough one. She is just so big.
When she pulls you down hard. You know about it, but I'm pleased I got, 1 basket. It's better than nothing at all.
Well, let's get an exact score from John Anderson.
Very tight game. 2 points to Jane, 3 points to Fiona.
Let's hear it for Fiona. Well done.
Official scoreline confirmation from the referee, which means after 2 events, Fiona moves up to 7, Jane to 8.
Scoring with the blue balls, it's Ross. And scoring with the red balls, it's Micah. And they're facing our gladiators, Rhino and Ace.
And the heavy mob are in town. Rhino shaping up to confront Ross. Ace will tackle Micah.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1!
And Ross explodes into action. Rhino's there, too late to stop the score. Ross straight into Ace. Micah free to take 3. Incredible action in the opening runs. Micah again. Ace can't hold him, forces another 2. Shakes the Ace off and he's hungry for more. Micah making a mockery out of Ace. Both Glads have got their work cut out here. Oh, running rings round him. 3 more. Remarkable speed and agility. Still 30 seconds to go. Ross with fresh ammo. Good speed. Oh, superb tackle from the Rhino. Ace helicopters Micah to spare his flushes for the moment. Ace with some post-tackle shenanigans knows he's a laughing stock. The ref rebukes Ace as Rhino drills Ross into the ground. The crowd are furious with Ace's so-called handiwork. Micah again. Ace tries to get a grip, but Micah has the last word. 10 points for the contender. Micah winded. Ross with time for another run. Rhino puts pay to his point-scoring aspirations. Micah again, but the clock will beat him, even if Ace can't. Strength and speed, the hallmark of both these contenders, but the Powerball pitch belongs to Micah tonight. Worth another look, and we need slow motion for his opening 3-pointer. Micah dispensed with Ace and found himself with acres of space.
Micah, I have to say, for sure, you showed those gladiators how to play this game.
He was quick, but I'm quicker.
You better believe that. And Ross, again, it was a really fast and furious game. You must have enjoyed it.
He's good. Doesn't go until you go. Good way to do it.
Well, let's find out from John Anderson what the score is.
Well, Ross got 2 points, but Micah was phenomenal. 10 points.
Wow!
That's gone down well with his wife, Ellen. Micah with a broad grin, nearly as broad as his aerial splits, puts a whole new face on the scores. Micah has 16, Ross 6. Still to come on Gladiators, Tightrope, Swingshot, and the Duel. See the drama for yourselves after the break.
Welcome back to the home of Gladiators, where we're ready to kick off with our next event. Our first female contender is Fiona. And she's up against Siren. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Gladiators
got to get up to get down. The long haul to the top of the tightrope is followed by a quick slide down again. Oh, and Fiona loses her grip on the rope, and that could have given it to Siren. Siren, inclined to be very fast in this event anyway, reaches the halfway house with a comfortable lead, takes her time with the unhook, slaps the down button, and here she comes to claim the victory. The 10-point prize is well beyond Fiona's reach now. Impact from Siren, and the long drop for Fiona. The Blaiklock family and their friends disappointed. Dad Chris is gutted.
In you come, Fiona. A tricky game, tightrope.
It is a tricky game. It's not one of my best games, but I tried my hardest. My gloves were a little bit big, but I got there in the end, even though I lost.
Can you see through the steam of your glasses there?
My glasses are pretty misty.
She's steaming up, that's what the problem is. It's not Jimmy Scott.
It's hard work, but let's give it up for Fiona and Siren. Our second female contender is Jane. And she's up against Vulcan. Over to John Anderson.
Jane looks to be enjoying herself. Here's what she thinks.
The highlight of my time here would be to doing all the other games that you wouldn't do normally, like tightrope, swing shot, catapult. It's just been like a, reverting back to your youth. You're just like a big kid again. Chucking yourself around. It's such fun.
It's a good laugh up there. Jane knows that a 10-point win on tightrope would set her up nicely for the rest of the show. Very fast hands on the rope, and Falcon struggling to stay on terms. In fact, way out of contention at the moment. Double quick turnaround from Jane. Looks like the points are hers. The victory slide to the impact cushion. A first-rate performance from Jane, waggling her legs. And Falcon takes the flyer. Jane's boyfriend Andy thrilled with that. Well, he's certainly not camera shy. It only takes 10 points to start a party on Gladiators. Party down.
Jane, 10 points.
That's one of my favourite games. I really like that. I've got a long reach, long arms, so it works to my advantage. So, I picked up 10 points, which I'm really pleased about.
A lot of strength. That's fantastic. Let's give it up for Jane and Vulcan.
After 3 events, Fiona stays on 7. Jane moves to 18.
First male contender is Micah. And he's facing the one and only Saracen.
I wonder who he supports.
John Anderson.
Contender ready! Eliminator ready! 3, 2, 1!
The mighty, meaty Saracen. Oh, a terrible start from Sarah. He's usually such a superb tightrope technician. Stalls it off, and Micah's got a gaping lead. Saracen's all over the place. Micah coming up on the platform to get himself unhitched. Sarah digging in to pull it back. Micah unhooks. Presses home his advantage. Sarah's done well to eat into that lead, but Micah's on the slippery slope to success. Fine recovery from Saracen, but it won't be enough to deny Micah the maximum 10 points. Sarah into the nets. Don't see that too often. Sister Faye and Mum Zarita giving it large, and the crowd are happy to dance with them.
Got to see a smile on your face. That's 10 points.
Thank you very much.
You flew up there, man.
I thought he was chasing me, so I had to move quickly. But I'm glad he didn't catch me today.
You had one eye on Saracen then?
No, I could hear him.
You can hear the big guy. Sarah, what kind of noises were you making up there?
I was making help noises. I kicked off with my legs and I didn't go anywhere. And I was stuck at the beginning, but I've got no excuses. He was very quick. And what can I say? See you later, Gladiator.
We are indeed. Let's give it up for Micah and Saracen.
He's a quick guy, but don't worry, I'll get my revenge.
Our second male contender is Ross. And he's up against Cobra. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Eliminator ready! 3, 2, 1!
Oh, that's better. Cobra with a cleaner start, looking to avenge the defeat endured by Sarah and restore the Glad's good name. But Ross is fast on the line too. Ross opening up a yawning gap by the halfway stage. Ross leads, unshackles. Cobra slow on the changeover. Looks like he'll be heading for the nets because Ross is heading for the cushion. Cobra even missing the button. Here comes Ross to claim his prize. And a good win for Ross. Caroline and Hannah celebrate along with a very hairy man.
Ross the Rooster has come home to 10 points.
Oh, it's nice to get those 10 points.
It must be. I mean, what's this with your supporters, the Rooster? Where's that coming from, huh?
It's just a play on my name, plus they know I hate it.
That's what they're doing it.
That's what friends are all about.
Absolutely. How much do you enjoy that game, Tightrope?
Oh, I love it. I love this guy and I just love playing that game.
Excellent. Cobra, Mr. Funnyface, talk us through that one.
Well, Mr. Beadle, this isn't one of my bestest games, but I really enjoy myself up there, whether I win or lose, and especially when they're really nice fellas like this lad.
Oh. Thanks very much for that, Cobra. Let's give it up for Ross and Cobra.
Oh, pass me a bucket. So after 3 events, Micah maintains his 10-point lead. He's up to 26, Ross up to 16.
First up in Whiplash, it's Fiona. And she's going to be facing Rebel. Over to John Anderson.
Lock in.
And that's not the name of John Anderson's local pub. It's the order for the combatants to get a grip on their individual halves of the dog bone.
Take the strain.
Fiona well made for this event. She'll be looking to score well.
Contender, ready! Ready for ready!
And the tug-of-war begins. Fiona will need to heave Rebel out of the circle to score 10 points, all within 30 seconds. Fiona adjusting her grip on the bone. She's got plenty of power to drag Rebel about. Rebel needing to dig in to stop the rocks. Fiona right on the edge, but could do with hauling Rebel out of there with her. Oh, the bone's gone. And that win goes to Rebel. Fiona loses her grip and forfeits the event. And Rebel looks very relieved. Well, Fiona had Rebel in all kinds of trouble in the Whiplash ring. Tried to swing her round the other way, but overpulled and paid the price.
For Whiplash, it's Jane! And she's going to be facing Rio.
A study of their form will reveal that the magnificent Rio is 1.87 meters tall and 79 kilos, that's 12 stone 7 heavy, which for Jane is plenty to pull, especially as she's 14 centimetres shorter and 15 kilos, that's 33 pounds lighter. This has all the makings of a bout that will go the distance. 10 points at stake, but Rio not about to concede them easily. Rio trying to route her feet to the blue centre spot, letting Jane work as hard as she likes, hoping her energy will sap as the half-minute elapses. Rio looking untroubled, playing Jane out as much as she wants, and then dragging her back. Jane built for speed rather than strength, and this an unashamed power event. Jane dogged with the bone, but unable to score at Rio's expense. Can't say we're surprised. Rio a master at this event. The family acknowledged the effort employed.
Well, it was a top game, Jane, I have to say, but no matter how hard you pulled, she wasn't going to move out that ring.
But no way. You know, she's a bit heavier than me.
Yes, you were comparing weights beforehand.
And I just couldn't move her. Kept trying. Thought I might have got it, and then she just pulled me straight back in.
Is your arm all right?
It's fine, just about.
I have to say, there was something very serene about the way you were performing there.
Oh, thank you. She was actually quite a bit stronger than I thought. I did go quite near the edge, but, well, I kind of like this game. We're still attached, actually.
Yes. Well, I hope you make friends and swap addresses, because you're going to be together for a long time. Yeah. Let's hear it for Jane and Rio.
Jane's nan, Alice, leads the applause as we review the scores. After 4 events, Fiona remains on 7, Jane on...
Getting ready to swing into action, it's Micah! And Ross! And they'll they'll be facing Saracen and Wolf. Over to John Anderson.
Contenders ready! Editors ready! 3, 2, 1!
Ross leaps out. Whether he'll be jumping for joy at the end is down to him and the Glads. The opening dogfight, Ross with a blue ball. Micah empty-handed. Ross can't basket it. Micah again, big jump, snatches a yellow. Saracen just beaten to the bounce. Sarah recovers while Micah deposits his spoils. 40 seconds to go. Sarah launches. Here's Micah. Brilliant timing from the Saracen. Ross, with that two-point mouthful, finally deposits his prize. Returns for another smash and grab. Wolf's there to defend, but Ross takes a yellow. Micah up. Sarah there again. Ross spits out another point. 3-1 the score. Less than half a minute. Launches himself again. Wolf's there. Good work from him. Micah at the cylinder. Takes a blue before Sarah can stop him. Good scoring from the guys. Micah unable to bank his points. Wolf parries Ross away. Ross to his platform. John Anderson demanding the floor crew help Micah up to his platform. Ross with a final leap, but the clock's going to run out on him. There's the jump, and there's the Utah. Good game all round. Excellent scoring from the contenders, coupled with fine defending from the Glads. Ross should be pleased, and Micah. Micah's second jump with masterfully timed, a split second before the Saracen arrived, whereas Ross battled the Wolf face on and still managed to yellow.
The scores for Swingshot are Ross scored 3 points and Micah scored 3.
All of which means that Micah goes up to 29 while Ross moves on to 19.
Now with our next event. And first up on Duel, it's Fiona. And she's going to be facing Siren. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready!
Fiona's tale of the tape and the story of the scales works out like this. She's 165 tall and 67 kilos, that's 10.5 stone, which means although she's 15 centimetres shorter than Siren, she's only 3 kilos, 7 pounds lighter. So pound for pound, there's not a lot in it. But there's going to be plenty of pounding right now. 30 seconds of pugil stick punishment. Fiona's on for 10 for the win and 5 for the draw. Oh, and Siren steps across. Both girls go flying, but that's 10 points to Fiona. Her friend Lisa punches the air. Mum and Dad Judith and Chris can't believe that good fortune.
Oh, Scotland! Oh, great excitement! I think we picked up 10 points!
Thank you, Mrs. Doubtfire.
I really didn't think I was going to do that, but I'm really pleased to pick up 10 points.
Well, I guess you have to be a little bit disappointed because you, of course, forfeited the match by stepping over onto her platform.
I was just so eager for it, I just went for it, and obviously a bit too eager.
A bit too hungry.
Well, a bit too hungry for it, yeah.
Ah, well, let's hear it for Siren, and well done, Fiona. Excellent. Next up on Duel is Jane. And she's facing Vogue. Over to John Anderson.
Contender ready! Editor ready! On guard!
Jane's just seen her 11-point lead dramatically reduced by 10, so she'll be looking to score something here. They're at it. Jane, the national diver, will be hoping not to show us a backward pike off the pugil platform tonight. But Jane's in serious trouble. Somehow recovers her composure as Vogue fails to finish it. Smacks her back with a vengeance. Halfway through now, Jane gets herself in trouble again. Vogue trying to finish it. Jane digging in and weathers another storm. Oh, what a durable duelist she turned out to be. Vogue letting some big ones go, but Jane's soaking it up. 5 exceptional points for Jane, surely. She earned them. Boyfriend Andy very content with that performance. Jane did remarkably well to recover from this situation, but steamed back with a stinging reply and soaked up Vogue's best shots.
Well, Jane, I mean, that was absolutely amazing. I don't know how many times she nearly knocked you down. How's your head?
It's still not about in one piece, I think.
Well, listen, not too bad as we're heading into the Eliminator. You picked up 5 points. One tough cookie. I mean, really, you gave her some really serious knocks there.
I took some as well, actually. Being a diver, obviously, she's used to standing up on these high platforms, so she felt quite at home up there, I think. And I was really annoyed because I thought I was going to get off at least 3 times, I think, but she kept coming back up, so well done.
Absolutely fantastic. Let's hear it for Vogue and for Jane. Well done.
At the end of 5 breathtaking events, Fiona's on 17, Jane on 23.
So we now move into the men's event with Micah. And he's going to be facing Hunter.
The heroic Hunter measures up superbly, 190 tall and 103 kilos, 16 stone 4. So Micah's disadvantage is considerable. 17 centimetres shorter, 30 kilos lighter, that's 4 stone. So there's more than a touch of the David and Goliath about this encounter. Hunter psychs himself up, explodes into action, and ba-boom! Down goes Micah. Dynamic performance from the governor of Gladiators. Ellen not happy with that, but the huntsman certainly is. So's Ross's family.
We wanted some points, didn't we, before the Eliminator?
Yeah, I was trying to hang on in there for at least 10 seconds.
I don't know how many you made, about 3 or 4 seconds.
3. Oh, that's disappointing.
But no nasty blows?
No. He's a big lad, he's very heavy. Got the better of me.
Well done to Hunter and Micah! Next up, it's Ross. And he's going to be facing Vulcan. Over to John Anderson.
Well, if you thought Ross looked determined to win this, you wouldn't be far wrong.
I'm a very bad loser. More if I know in my heart that I haven't done the best that I can, I will relive the moment. So I got one chance. I got to make it count. And if I don't, and I don't win, it will hurt.
Ouch. It's time to rumble and not to tumble. Vulcan with the offensive, and they don't come more offensive than him. Ross in dire straits. Recovers to punish Vulcan. Vulcan responds with a combination of blows here. Russ bobbing and weaving, ducking and diving, giving as good as he gets. Steps across, the Vulcan's gone, but so's Russ's chance of adding to his score. Vulcan getting stuck in with some afters. Russ standing up to him. Caroline incensed. Ulrika dragging Ross away. Hello.
Any more nonsense from you, and you're out entirely. Is that clear?
Well, I thought you were great, Ross.
He wasn't staying up there. Fire's coming down, so was he.
Well, unfortunately, of course, you forfeited the game once again by stepping onto his podium, so no points on this occasion. But what we all want to know is, what was Vulcan saying to you before the game?
I don't think you do want to know.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You really are as bad as you smell.
You know, why don't you people just shut up for a minute? I am getting sick of this guy, that's it! No more interview!
Well, another crowd-pleasing performance from Vulcan. Wherever he's off to, it certainly won't be the hairdressers. After 5 events, the scores stay the same. Micah's on 29, Ross 19.
Well, what a relief to get those gladiators out of the way. All that remains now is the Eliminator. Join us after the break here on Gladiators. Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena here in Birmingham, where it's Eliminator time. Now, in the women's event, Fiona's on 17 points, Jane's on 23 points. That's a 6-point difference, giving Jane a 3-second head start.
Jane looking keyed up despite her lead. Here's what Fiona's thinking.
I think because I know that when it comes down to the competition, it's that eliminator that counts, and it's that eliminator that's going to make you go through to the next round or not. And I suppose that's something that I will fear at the end, and I'll be totally hyped up before I get on and do that Eliminator. But I think that's going to be one of the things I'm going to enjoy the most.
Well, that's what's going through Fee's head. I wonder, how does Jane's boyfriend Andy see it going? Comme ci, comme ça?
Jane, you will go on my first whistle. Fiona, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Jane Smith from Sheffield, English national diver and aerobics instructor, versus Fiona Blaiklock, the physiotherapist from Aberdeen. Jane will look to maintain the 3 seconds advantage. Jane's fans with fingers crossed as Fiona goes upon her. Oh, brother Ian, horrified by that terrible trip. The climb up the first net, tough and demanding, but it's only a warm-up, but the agony still to come. Jane to the rope. This rope has proved the downfall of more contenders than Pavarotti's ad hoc dinners. Fiona can use this rope climb to cut into Jane's lead. Jane on the overhead ladder, slow and comfortable action. Fiona on the rope. Oh, she's lost her feet, swinging in midair. Her young fans don't like it. Jane swings the valley, neat changeover between trapezes. Jane cool and calculating with every move, conserving energy for the final explosive burst. The ropes claimed another victim in Fiona. Jane methodical, almost plodding away up the giant scramble net. Fiona finally masters the rope. Jane tops the scramble net. Her next test will be of nerve, balance and stamina. Fiona on the ladder, big swings. Jane to the zip and the fastest part of the course. From the corner of her eye, she'll see Fiona tackling the ladder, splashes down, one of the coolest contenders ever to undertake this course. Fiona on the flying trapeze, Jane weighs up the seesaws, attacks the first, impressive balance, safely down, with confidence rising now, the second seesaw's no problem. And now it's the final mountain. Attacks the travelator and makes it look so simple. A tremendous victory for Jane Smith. Swings to victory. A place in the quarterfinals and the time very fast. The family like it. Andy with the horn. Dad delighted. Fiona hooks up for the zip line. The rope should have a hazard warning attached to it saying this could seriously damage your chances of winning the Eliminator. Ian is still behind her. Fiona determined to enjoy every last moment of her time on Gladiators. This 24-year-old Scots girl loved running, swimming and cycling, and after tonight she'll be the best-known physio in Scotland. Will the seesaw prove to be problem-free? Well, almost. Go on, ease it down. Nearly gets the edge in the chops now for the travelator. Powers up, refuses to give anything but her best. Fiona Blaiklock, a gallant runner-up.
The spoils of victory are yours. You just did a fantastic time, 1:35, and you're through to the quarter-final.
It's amazing. I just kept pushing all the way. You know, I just didn't look back, and I made it all through. Thanks to all the fans for coming, supporting me. It's been brilliant.
They've been absolutely fantastic, haven't they?
Fantastic. They made so much noise, just kept me going all the way.
Now you're through to the quarter-finals. You think you can go all the way?
I'm looking that way, hopefully. Keep going. My fans stay with me.
I'm sure your fans will. You've been a fantastic contender. You've got to be so happy. Let's give it up for Jane.
Oh, Fiona.
Oh, dear.
It was that darn rope.
It was, and I haven't had problems with that in training. The rope just kept swinging, and it's not done that before, but, you know, Jane was a brilliant contender, and she was pretty fast, so... But I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's been absolutely fabulous, and for any budding contenders, it's a lot harder than it looks.
Absolutely. And all your friends and all your supporters are not going to be back in Scotland until about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, I understand. It's been great to have them here as well. Let's hear it for Fiona!
Jane is already with her family. Boyfriend Andy, who's been so supportive, she's got to do it all over again in the quarter-finals. Fiona walking to her family. A big hug for Mum. And next comes Dad Chris. But in the women's fastest eliminator contest, Jane's time of 1:35.2 trims 2 seconds from the existing record, so Jane's the quickest so far. In the men's contest, Micah has a 10-point lead, which converts to a 5-second head start.
Well, Ross, I have to say you guys have provided us with great fun and great personalities throughout the show, but only one of you can come through at the end here.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Well, and you got 5 seconds, so you're feeling a little bit comfortable and relaxed about that, or?
I never feel comfortable till the end.
All right, well, that's where we'll see the two of you, so the very best of luck. Over to John Anderson.
tense moments for Ellen, Micah's wife, not forgetting little Eloisa.
Micah, you will go on my first whistle. Ross, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Micah Hudson from Acock's Green begins his up and overs. The second whistle will allow Ross Kirby from Nantwich to begin his pursuit. This is going to be fast and furious. Micah tops the nets. Ross hits the trampets. Micah down as Ross goes up. Turns for the rope. Ross fast over that first net, and Micah on the platform, and Ross is gaining. Over-ambitious with the rope, but Micah pedals like a man possessed, blazing a trail along that handbike track as Micah finishes. Ross will start his run. Trapezes to swing Death Valley. Good changeover, begins his second net climb. Ross finishes his strenuous cycle. Sister Penny and Dad Dave knows he's still in with a shout. Micah's sister Faye is on her feet, so's Ellen with Eloisa. Micah at the highest point of the arena. Ross still on the net, but gaining. Wife Caroline with daughters screaming for him. Micah tops the zip. He'll have his work cut out to keep the gap from closing further. Ears up for the splashdown. Mums, Arita and Sister Faye know it's not over yet. Ross is on the zip. Micah needs to be faultless over the next 3 elements. Down's the first seesaw. Here comes the second. It's the Travelator for the final conflict. Ross collapses on the second seesaw. Micah stumbles on the rolling road, drags himself to safety, secures that last place in the quarterfinals. Well, Sarita and Faye struggling to control their emotions. Ross swings through a magnificent runner-up.
Absolutely no messing, straight off the beams, no hesitation as you headed for the Travelator.
Felt good, I felt comfortable, and I'm glad I won.
Listen, you made it in 1:26. I don't know how that's going to feature in the quarterfinals, but at least you're through to the quarterfinals. Let's hear it from Micah Hudson.
Ross, it seemed as if you kind of travelled in the wake of Micah all evening. How do you enjoy the wave of Gladiators?
I love it. This is great. Had a great night. Well done to Micah. He's a top man. Micah, go on and win it.
Well, let's hope so. But the whole evening, has it overall been a good, entertaining time?
It's been a great time. I think my daughters, my wife, all my family, friends, I hope they've enjoyed it as much as I have.
We've enjoyed having you. Let's give it up for Ross.
Micah's rescued Eloisa from the crowd. He's performed so well throughout the evening. His family are rightly proud. Ross, with his medals and his flowers, runs to find his family. Wife Caroline, daughters Hannah and Eve. Looks like we've lost him in the foliage there. The men's fastest Eliminator record remains intact. Micah's time more than 8 seconds outside it.
Well, Jeremy, that's it for our preliminary heats.
It certainly is. Next week we start our quarterfinals. You don't want to miss it. We're going to be here, so join us here on Gladiators. Good night. Good night.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
There's barely enough time to catch your breath. More smackdowns, high-speed chases and leotarded muscle headed your way. More new Gladiators next. PIC's got nothing to declare. Customs officials are all over drug smugglers as they try to penetrate our borders.